So if you're on my join me, you probably can see me. I don't know if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. But so let's talk about this that's on my mind. Can you guys hear me okay? Or do I sound like I'm far away? A little bit.
Kind of far away.
Kind of far away. Let's see if I can move this over. Hopefully that's better. Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, and by the way, gang, thank you for praying for Izzy. She's doing an endoscope tomorrow and a colonoscopy, so we're going to find out more what's going on with her. But she's like back in school and at least half days. So I appreciate all your prayers. And also, Ellery's 11-year-old daughter is undergoing some situations health-wise, so you can keep her in her prayers too. You know, one interesting thing about prayer, I know for myself, is that I probably get as much out of praying for someone as a person I'm praying for. Okay, so anytime you have a situation where something comes across your radar that you can kneel in prayer for someone, the graces also come back to you. So it's one of those things that reciprocates in a really crazy and interesting way. And I think that's this awesome world that God put together. And so the more you pray for others, the more it benefits you. So always look for those opportunities. Also, the other thing about that, which I appreciate what Valerie did for her friend, or what Deb did for this client, is that whenever you prompted, or you feel like calling someone, or you feel prompted or moved, that is a Holy Spirit thing, in my opinion. And always react to it, because I promise you, it never goes. What should I say? How should I say it? It never is something that's done in vain. That's probably the best way to put it. I don't know, anytime I've ever talked to someone that I felt prompted to talk to, they ever said, gosh, I wish you hadn't called. No, almost like every time they say, thank you for calling me. It was so nice of you to call. And so, like when it comes to this business, and we're talking about hope again, I hope that you think or feel the same thing, that when you do feel that when it prompts you to do it, that you do it, that you don't hold back that prompting, that you always do it, right? You always do it. It's kind of like giving, like, I don't know about you guys, like when you see someone who's begging, like you got those mall parking people that beg, you know, they tell you, hey, I'm in a jam, I can't get home, you got any change? Well, you know, they're begging, and they might be dressed up nice, and in your mind you're thinking, oh, look, what's up with that? You're just a beggar. You're just, you know, or you got the street person, you know, who holds a cardboard sign, and they say homeless, need help, and in your mind you're thinking, well, if I give my money, they're just going to buy liquor. You know what I mean? They're just going to buy liquor. So like when do you get to be the judge of what they're going to do with that money? You know what I mean? How do you know that, right? How do you know that? And I struggle with it. I always kind of get wrapped up in guilt if I just drive by somebody and in my mind I rationalize, well, I'm not going to give this guy because he's just going to, you know, and then another week I'll drive by another person, I go ahead and give him a $10 bill or something like that, or whatever, you know. And so it was hard for me because it just tore me up that I couldn't justify, how do I justify giving to one person and not giving to another person just based on how I felt or how they looked or if I was having a good day or a bad day. It was like, this is stupid, you know. So I kept thinking, well, instead of feeling guilty about it, why don't I just do the same thing every time and not judge? So I said, anybody who comes across my radar that's begging, I'm going to give them something. It's whatever I have. I don't care if the first bill I pull out is a $10 bill, $5 bill, or a $20 bill. I'm going to give it to them without reserve, without thought, because I didn't want to feel guilty that God sent me someone my way, that just because I was being almighty, I was trying to be him and judging whether or not the person deserved, me giving them money. It was like, this is stupid. But plus I hated the feeling. I felt like, dadgummit, maybe, that $5 could help them, like really help them. I don't know. So now anytime I run across someone, I just give them whatever's in my pocket, in my wallet. I pull it out. It could be $10, 20. Like I said, I don't try to, well, this person, it's whatever God puts in my fingertips. Okay. Because I don't want to judge that either, and you might think I'm crazy, but I don't know. I just think it's better to feel better that I treat everyone the same way than treating different people differently or whatever. You know what I mean? And so that's just the way I reconcile giving, because God said you'll always have the poor with you. We're not going to solve that problem, because He said that you'll always have them with you. I think the poor people are people that He tests us with to see if we're going to help our brother and sister that's in need. So the reason why I tell you that is the same thing about being prompted to talk to people. And being prompted is something that you could choose to follow the prompting inside you or choose not to. Okay? So why don't you just be like when someone begs, just give, be a giver, just give without regard, and then the blessings will happen. You may not see it. Your job's not to see the blessings. God will bless you with that once in a while, where you can see that what you did actually did help someone. What I believe heaven is when God plays the tape of your life and He shows you all the little things you did that helped someone else, and He'll play that tape out. And that's what I believe heaven will be like. I believe He's going to put you in this big old leather comfy home theater chair, and He's going to say, okay, Alex, because you served me, I'm going to show you what things you did to help other people. That $20 bill you gave to this poor person, let me show you what it did for him. You know what I mean? Because you called someone that you didn't have to call, this is what happened to their lives. And so I think from that kind of mindset, I think that we become cheerful givers. Okay? And that's what this business is all about, being a cheerful giver of your time, your talent, your emotion to other people, because it's a business of service. I hope I don't sound like I'm preaching to you. I'm just telling you how my mind works when it comes to building a business like this and just serving other people. Serving your clients. I mean, talk about kind of the ultimate, where it's the ultimate balance of frustration and reward. Your reward seemingly is income. The frustration is trying to get policies issued, trying to handle clients that cancel on you, and trying to, you get no-showed, and all those things that happen, all part of the business. That's just all the things that happen. Just because you're a cheerful giver doesn't mean that bad things won't happen to you, or difficulties won't come your way. The question is, do you treat it with the same cheerfulness of giving? Okay, when you receive bad things, you still treat it with the cheerfulness and attitude that, instead of asking why, ask what. I never ask God, why Izzy is going through this? Okay, why is Izzy going through this abdominal problems? In my mind, I thought, what if she passed away because of something, we couldn't do anything about, right? And that's always a thought that comes to mind when you have a child that's sick. And every time that thought would enter my mind and that why question would come up, what I told myself and in my prayer, it's like, Lord, my daughter is not my daughter, it's your daughter. I'm just the foster parent to take care of her while she's here on earth. But what yours is to give, yours is to take away too. And so in humbleness, like Abraham was with Isaac, his son, I had to put myself in that position to say, Lord, if she is yours, then you can take her. I'd be very sad. I would not want that to happen. But she's yours to take, as she was yours to bless me with. And um, and so the whole idea that it's not my life, it's his life. It's the life that he gave me is his life to serve. And so that's what we're here, and that's what this is all about, gang. The difficulties will happen, but in the difficulties is how we show our faith and how we really are true servants. And this whole episode with Isabel was a whole episode in asking, not asking why, but what am I to learn from this? And I think one of the things that has taught me is not to ask why, but ask what, to reinforce that lesson. What am I supposed to learn from this difficulty in my life? And I think all the things that we do in this business, there are a lot of difficult things, getting chargebacks or getting no-showed and getting stuff declined. That's all part of this journey we're on. How we react to it and how we treat it will be dependent upon why we're doing this, okay? So if you're thinking why we're doing this is just to make money, then those things will just kill you, man. It'll kill you, okay? The why part is a whole different thing. The why has to be more than just to make money. There are a lot of ways to just make money out there, but this is one of the most fulfilling ways to serve, whereby the benefits aren't only making a lot of money, okay, but also going out and serving other people, particularly on the building side. So, let's see how much time I have left here. So hopefully, what I want to convey is until you know why, all the how doesn't matter. How to make a phone call, how to book, how to close an appointment, how to build a business, until you know why you're doing it. Because until you know why you're doing it, all the problems and all the difficulties won't have the proper context to overcome it in order to continue on, towards the end. It's like, I love what St. Paul talks about. He talks about the thorn in his side. He uses the analogy of running a race, right? We're running a race. The race is at the end of our lives, okay? That's the finish line. And then hopefully we cross the finish line and the reward is to be with our Heavenly Father forever, okay? The forever part is a part I like because our lives are but a short drop in the sea of eternity, right? And so in running this race, we're going to get exhausted, we're going to get tired, but we got to keep running, and we keep running towards the goal. So if you know what the goal is, running, twisting your ankle, or stepping in a pothole, or jumping over a hurdle, all that stuff is just part of the race that you're running. Okay, I'm running a race. I'm hurtling down the road at 100 miles an hour, right? And all the little bumps are little bumps, okay, because I keep my eye on the prize. The prize is what's the most important thing. And so the prize isn't always at the very end. You have to continue to look at the different goals and dreams and things that you have on the way to the end. But unless you have that, if you don't know why you're doing this, all the little things will always kill you, right? So your purpose, why are you doing this? Okay? Now it's okay to be motivated by material things, okay? But there are two ways to look at motivation and why, okay? There's two ends of the spectrum, okay? Over here, we call this going away. And then we call this over here going towards, okay? So the going away means you're trying to get away from something. Going towards is you're going to something, okay? So the going away motivation is you're trying to get out of debt, all right? You tired of bill collectors calling you, all right? You're sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of fear and worry, okay? So it's all these things like debt, worry. Okay, you're just not happy because you're not fulfilling what God wanted you to do. It's that frustration, frustration that there's something better than this. But a lot of this also, a lot of this is material, right? The one thing about material motivation or the going away from motivation is it only lasts up until neutral. Okay, we'll put neutral. All right. Like I'll give you a great analogy. Okay, one of the going away is I got to lose 50 pounds. Okay, I got to lose 50 pounds. Why? Because it's unhealthy to be this heavy. It's, I've got high blood pressure, diabetes, and okay, I'm not talking about myself. I am kind of talking about myself. I don't have diabetes, but when you go into some of these appointments, you see a lot of people that are on a lot of health problems, primarily because they're overweight and they're unhealthy. So if your going away motivation is I got to lose 50 pounds, you go away. So let's say you get on a diet. You get on like quote unquote a diet, so you can lose 50. So you lose 10 pounds water weight the first week because you don't drink. You know how that is, right? But then you lose another 10, lose another 10. All of a sudden you're down to your optimal weight. So you lose another 10, lose another 10. So now you're at your target weight after going through calorie counting or the carbohydrate free diet, the protein only diet, all these diets. So you lose, and all of a sudden you're neutral. You're where you wanted to be. Okay, so you're driving by and you see Dairy Queen. Okay, the reason why I use Dairy Queen is I love Dairy Queen, man. I love soft serve ice cream. I would just cover myself with soft serve ice cream, man. I love soft serve ice cream. It just happened when I was a kid. I was ingrained when I was a little boy to love soft serve ice cream. All those little fat molecules in the soft serve, just something about it. Anyway, I love soft serve ice cream. And so you drive by Dairy Queen and go, man, I'm 50 pounds lighter, baby. I can afford to get that large chocolate dip cone with the little curly Q, and they stick it in that chocolate, they pull it out, it all dries up and it's all hard, and oh man. And then you just, you're doing it and just, golly, this tastes so good. I've deprived myself for the last 3 months, 4 months now. Oh man, it was awesome. And so the next day you drive by again, it's like, that's no big deal. That's no big thing. I didn't gain like my 50 pounds back. And so you drive by Dairy Queen again, it's like, golly, I'm gonna have me a blizzard. I'm gonna give me a blizzard. I'm gonna give me like a Reese's Pieces blizzard, throw a little bit of Oreo in there, a little combination blizzard, right? And then you chow down. Then you drive by McDonald's like, dadgum, I hadn't had a good Big Mac in a long time. I'm just gonna have this once. I'm gonna have a Big Mac meal just once. I'm not gonna supersize it. I'm gonna have a Diet Coke. I'll have a Diet Coke. So I'll cancel out all those calories. Well, what happens when you finally get to neutral from a going away motivation is that what happens? You yo-yo back, don't you? You yo-yo back. All of a sudden you go back to now you're 75 pounds over. How many of y'all done that? Okay, raise your hand in your own mind. Well, you're by yourself probably, listening to this conference call, so you can just raise your hand. Me. It's the yo-yo dieting. This is why yo-yo dieting does not work. Dieting doesn't work because you yo-yo here, because you're going away from something. Okay. Now, a much more sustainable motivation is, what am I going towards? Because if you're going towards something positive, you're going to withstand this feeling of doing this. So how do you turn losing 50 pounds into a positive going towards motivation? Instead of this, why don't you do this? I want to eat a healthy lifestyle. Okay? And I'm talking lifestyle, not a diet. I'm changing my lifestyle to eat healthy. Okay, now why? Why do I want to eat healthy? So let me throw some more emotional motivation in there. I want to see my grandchildren. Okay. I want to be alive to enjoy my grandchildren. Now, I'm not, suggesting that my 18-year-old daughter go out and create grandchildren like right now. You know, I wouldn't mind if she was like 30, 34, 35. Okay, I wouldn't mind that. But, you know, when she gets married, whatever. Okay, but I want to be alive to see my grandchildren. I want to have a physical health so that I'm not, my lifestyle when I'm older isn't one of taking, you know, figuring out what 50 pills I got to take today with my pill counter little container thing, and then being on a cane or walker, you know, not being able to lift anything because I'm so weak or my heart's so bad. You know what I mean? I mean, you know it. You can't. You guys know when you're walking into some of these folks, right, into their homes and the people you're trying to cover. You know what I'm talking about because you see oxygen tanks drugged behind them, and you see all the pills they're taking. You're going, my gosh, how did you get in your mind? You're going, how did you get like this? How did you get like this? And how they got like that was that Dairy Queen and the McDonald's and all the stuff that kind of compounded on each other and compounded on each other. And, you know, it was a gradual thing. Because when they were 40, it wasn't a big deal. Then when they became 45, you start adding another 20, 30 pounds. They became 55, there's another 20 pounds. And a lot more sickness, a lot more illnesses, reduced immunity, problems. And it just doesn't creep up overnight, it's over time. And so the going towards strategy is I need to live a healthy lifestyle. I'm going to eat properly, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to change my lifestyle because I want to live a quality life of serving. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to be able to do this until the Lord takes me, and I want to be as effective as I am today when I'm 90 or when I'm 58. Like, I don't know when he's going to take me, but I'm going to try to be the best I can be health-wise so I can serve. All right? Now, I lose the weight. I continue to lose the weight. I still maintain my weight because I'm going after this. So the key switch in your brains is not about what I'm trying to get away from. What can I go towards in my life that will automatically get rid of all this financial worry and strife and fear and debt and crap? Is I want to live a debt-free life. I want to live, in fact, I want to be financially free. What do we call financially free? And you define what that is. Financially free is out of debt. Financially free is being able to do what you want with your family without regard to how much it costs to go on vacation, and you got the time to do it. Financially free is having money coming in, not based on you having to go sell all the time, but based on overrides coming in from an army of part-timers out there that see what you see, and they're doing the same thing. Okay, I want to be financially free, and all that entails. I want to be a better husband, better father, better wife, better mother. How do I do that? By associating with people that go on marriage retreats, associating with people that have great marriages, associating with people that are great parents, by learning from them. And you get a whole myriad of those people in our business and in the church maybe that you're going to, and getting involved in those things, okay, by being focused on who you are spiritually and understanding what that's about. Okay, it's not about the going away, it's not going to hell. Okay, that's the negative part of that. Here's, I want to live a life of eternal reward. How do you get there? In my opinion, I think it's through service, serving other people. And it's not just being a good person. Okay, there's a whole theology, okay? It's in my opinion, all right? But being around people that have a faith life and people that serve others without regard to any of their financial benefit or any benefit, other than that's what they're supposed to do, because God wants us to love Him and love each other like we love ourselves, the two greatest commandments, right? So here we are going towards, okay, you keep your eye on this prize right here, your life will become better. And all the problems you encounter are just little bumps on the road. But if you're just focused on the negative, getting away from negative, it's only going to do so much. You're only going to get so far. You ever wonder why you're so frustrated because you think that you're getting things right, but it isn't just always right. There's something wrong about what you think is right. Okay? Like, have you ever had that feeling like, golly, I should be happy, but I'm not? You ever that feeling like, I got everything in the world. I've got, even financially, we've got a lot of money coming in. We got all this stuff going on. I should be happy, but I'm not happy. Well, the reason why is because you got away from this, but you don't have anything you're going towards. See, this is called purpose. You know why you're on this earth. Your happiness comes from going here to fulfilling God's purpose and will for you. And when you have that, then all the other things that gets thrown your way and all the little darts Satan throws at you are something you can handle. It's something you can handle. It's something you can, because you know that God is behind you. If he's for you, who can be against you? Nothing can be against you. No matter how difficult things can get, they can't be against you. The gates of hell shall not prevail. We're on the offensive. And by being here in your motivation and your purpose in life and your why, you're on the offense, gang. You're not on the defense. Here you're playing not to lose. Here you're playing to win. You're playing to win. You lose when you're trying to play not to lose. Okay, the other thing about motivation is when you focus on getting away from negative and you focus on, the worry about getting away from this, is that's what you'll always have. But when you focus on the hope for better, that's what you will get because you're focused on this, because it'll come out by how you speak about it, how you expect it, and how you act, right? This ultimately determines how you act because you have the feeling that creates the action creates the result. And then when you can turn that feeling into a habit and the action turns into a habit, then you're set up for victory. No matter what happens, you're set up for victory because it becomes who you are, it becomes your lifestyle, it becomes what you do. Like a healthy lifestyle of eating and exercise becomes a lifestyle choice. And that becomes a habit. Like associating and being better spiritually so you can be better in your relationships, that's a habit. Do you realize that our system, the 18-player steps, the 8 steps to success, that book, the reading program, everything that's this system is designed around is how to help you run towards this and become better, to be what God wanted you to be a better version of yourself. All of that through the simple business we call life insurance is embedded within it, a way for you to be the best person you can be, a way that you can achieve happiness in your life because you were in a business of service, serving other people. And I think that's what God wanted us to do. All right. So that's my little blurb. I got to say that I wasn't planning on talking about this, but this is what came out. Anyway, so I hope that made sense, gang. We are at the end of our call. I'm sorry for going 4 minutes over. I hope everyone heard that. I have it recorded, so you'll be able to listen to it again if it's worth listening to again. But anyway, gang, let's see who's on the call. Oh, you guys are still on. Well, that's a great thing. Thank you so much for still being on. We've got 23 callers out there. So, all right, so here we are. Let me talk about this idea of communication. And so let me get back up here. Okay, last but not least, I know it might take you just 2 more minutes. I'm serious about these weekly calls. I'm going to be more serious about it. I'm going to be faithful to them. I know we did it for a little bit and then we kind of got off because it started traveling like crazy. But we need to talk every week, minimum every week. Some of you I talk with every day and I see what's happening to you because I'm talking to you every day. So at least once a week, I think something good will happen. And so I'm getting emails on when you can do these times where we can talk. And I'm going to be sending you emails on putting a regular time in the schedule where we can talk every week. Now, there'll be flexibility about it, but I promise you that I'm going to uphold that end. I want to be in your head. I want to talk to you. I want to help you move forward no matter what. Okay, and I believe at least having communication every week will help us together work towards that, holding you accountable, holding me accountable. All right, gang, so I'm serious about that. So we're going to make it happen. And like I said, November is going to be an awesome month, but you got to amp it up because the holiday, November holiday is coming called Thanksgiving, and then the Christmas holiday. So I want you, I'm going to work with you to get your habits in place, get your lead ordering in place, get your appointment booking in place, so that by the time we hit January 2015, that you're going to have the habits in place, which takes about 30 to 60 days to create a habit. This is habit creation time, gang, November, December, so we can kill it in January 2015. And yes, it's just around the corner. We're less than 2 months away. All right. So I'm serious about it. And I want you guys to email me if you haven't already on 3 or 4 times. That'll be good for you during the week, Monday through Friday. I'm trying to keep it to Monday through Friday. It could be late night, midnight, 10 p.m., whatever. I don't care. I stay up. I'm going to try to get more sleep because that's part of this healthy lifestyle. I got one of these bands. See that? I got one of these bands that measures my sleep and my activity. So this is my road to success. Thank you, Tracy White. She's actually on my team. So I have her on my team so she knows how many steps I take, and how much I sleep, and so on. So if you want to join my team, let me know if you get one of these Jawbone Up bands, Up 24, and it rocks. So God bless everybody. Thank you for being on the call, and let's schedule a time you and I can talk every week. And, we just talk good stuff, man. It's all going to be good stuff. Thanks, everybody. God bless.
God bless. Thank you.
Take care.
Your conference recording has stopped.